How do you do, sir?
Sir,
Piers Morgan. Good to see you.
I'm hard of hearing. You got to speak real loud.
Okay. In both ears, or?
Both ears are hard
Okay.
of hearing.
Okay. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how we were going to do it.
I'm just going to go through everything that's happened to you. And I just want you to be as honest as you want to be, you know?
That's what I'd like, to get the truth out. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I've been granted a rare interview with a serial killer. Mark Riebe confessed to murdering 13 women. He later retracted those confessions. Detectives believe he is a serial killer, even though he's only been convicted of a single murder. Is this man one of America's most prolific killers?
Mark will try to control you. He'll try to manipulate you and control your interview. He's going to paint himself out to be the victim. He's going to make himself to be the most misunderstood person in the world.
When you tell a lie, and it's so convincing, and you have the ability to believe the lie you told, it makes for a very dangerous person.
You've been obsessively trying to nail this guy for a quarter of a century now. It's become a personal thing for you, hasn't it?
What becomes personal to me is these people. These people are important to me.
When I see Mark Riebe, what would you like me to say to him?
It's time. It's time to give it up, Mark. It's time to bring this all to an end.
Okay, after you.
It's time to give their family some sort of answers. And if there's any decency in you, this is the time to do it.
One night in August 1989, Mark Riebe and his brother Alex pulled into this convenience store. Behind the counter was Donna Callahan, a young mother pregnant with her second child.
When she looked up and saw him, he pulled the gun out and he grabbed her by the arm and come straight out the door. And she started crying. She asked, why was we doing it? And what had she done to us? Said she was pregnant and that she had a little girl. She didn't want to be hurt.
This confession led to the arrest of Mark Riebe. Alex had pinned the murder on his brother.
Mark, did you kill Donna Callahan?
After Donna Callahan went missing, her father launched a tireless 3-year campaign to find her. He petitioned the US president, and eventually a team of special agents were assigned to the case. One of them, Dennis Haley, has now been engaged in a battle of wills with Mark Riebe for almost 25 years.
So, Dennis, we are about an hour from where Donna Callahan was taken.
Yes, we are.
And it took 7 years to find her body, and eventually you managed to locate what was then the remains of her body just up here, right? Just in this...
Actually, it's right in this area right here,
right.
And about 20 feet, about right in there. And this used to be a clay road here. This wasn't a blacktop. And all the clay dirt ran off in here, which made the grave quite deep.
Of all the places to put a body, can you offer some rationale for why they would choose somewhere like this?
When I've talked to the profilers, they tend to believe that this is something every time he drives by he can think about. This was convenient. It was in sight of their home. Their home's just right up the road here. It's someplace they can drive by every day and know where that body's at. He can think about that night. He can think about the thrill of the kill. It's something they can check on almost daily.
He confessed to killing 13 women. Do you believe that the bodies of the other women might be somewhere in this area, buried away in these kind of trees?
Pierce, that's what's always been so frustrating, because I do believe that. We have evidence at least 4 other dig sites that there was human decomposition there. And we know that Donna Callahan's body was never moved. I mean, it was here since 1989, so who was at these other sites? And Mark often talked about there being a graveyard out here with 4 to 5 bodies in it. So I truly believe that there's more bodies out here.
Sheriff's Office investigators say they're getting closer to charging someone in the murder of 18-year-old Jacqueline Brandt. Investigators say 46-year-old Mark Riebe is a person of interest in Brandt's murder. Riebe is currently serving a life sentence for the 1989 murder of Donna Callahan.
Beach police, along with FDLE agents, have Mark Riebe's confession. Riebe confessed to killing Pamela Ray and burying her on this land. Investigators, along with cadaver dogs,
there have been reports that Riebe is also responsible for many others, but investigators won't confirm that information.
If Mark Riebe finally tells the truth about these murders, it would make him one of America's worst serial killers.
How long have you been in prison?
21 years.
21 years. Because you took part in the brutal murder of a young woman called Donna Callahan.
Donna Callahan, yes, sir.
That's why you're here.
Yes, sir.
With Special Agent Haley,
right,
you confessed to him over a period of time that you killed 13 women.
This is what Detective Haley has put out.
He believes that you killed 8.
No.
And I just want to go through why he thinks you killed them. And I want to give you the chance to respond to each of these cases and explain why he's wrong. The first lady is this woman here.
I don't even know who that lady is.
This is Bonnie Ryther. She was found buried after missing for a week in 1978. The reason that...
In what year?
1978.
1978, I was 17 years old.
Right. Special Agent Haley believes this was your first victim.
Absolutely not.
Lindsay Sams. She was a 35-year-old woman.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't dispute at the time you confessed to Special Agent Haley.
I did confess it.
You did confess to her. This is Andrea Durham. She was...
I don't know who that girl is. I did not confess to that one.
You'd never met Andrea Durham?
No, sir.
Well, Andrea Durham was 14.
I know, and I never confessed to that crime.
I'm just going to finish. She went missing in 1990, abducted from her home. Now, both of your stepchildren knew Andrea. They were friends.
They may have been friends, but I didn't know all my kids' friends. They didn't hang around she didn't hang around my house, I'll put it this way. They may have knew her, but she didn't come to my house. Never been to my house.
You told Special Agent Haley, I like to
Keep
drink...
going with Special Agent Haley.
Well, I'm just going to go through what they claim.
No, you're backing his story.
No, no,
this
I'm
is,
not. No.
Wait a second,
no,
wait
no,
a second.
no,
No, stop this right here.
No, Mark, let me explain to you.
No. Wait.
Mark,
this was supposed to be...
I understand.
Nothing like this. I see where you've been and got all your information.
No, Mark,
Captain, we through here.
No, Mark. Let me explain. Mark, let me explain. Can I explain to you? Let me explain. Let me try again. I'm not judging you at all.
No, yes, you are, because of the way you keep saying, why would he have...
No, all I'm doing, you don't deny that you admitted at one stage...
You didn't let me finish, go on either. You could keep wanting to go back to this.
I understand. Let me give you the chance to respond to each of these cases.
There's no responding. I didn't do those cases. But you're not listening. You keep saying, but yes, you did.
Then I will show you more respect and I will listen properly to what you're saying.
Now, let's go through them because I want to get to the point where I'll tell
Understand.
you how I shut this down.
Right.
And this office is still good today.
This is Donna Callahan.
I know who Donna Callahan is.
She's the woman that you're in prison for. She's the woman that you are accused with your brother of killing, brutally killing. She was pregnant, she was a young mother. But when you look at that picture, what do you feel?
Sir?
When you look at her picture, what do you feel?
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. My heart goes out to her daughter, her mom and dad, her family, and to her. Yeah. I just blurted it out. You know what? I was there that night.
But nobody, Mark, no innocent person is going to admit to being party to the murder of a pregnant mother.
There's been a lot of people who have made mistakes and said they committed crimes they didn't and got out of prison.
Who actually killed Donna Callahan?
My brother killed Donna Callahan.
So you're driving along, and all of a sudden, Mark climbs over the back seat, gets on top of Donna, and starts to strangle her. What'd you hear? I heard her saying no and don't do this to me at first, and then I don't know how to describe the sound. It was like to me, it sounded like he'd cut her throat or something. I didn't know. It just sounded like a real fleshy sound. Because then when I heard that, I turned around and she had foam in her mouth. And how long did that go on? It took him a while before she quit.
Mark Riebe went to trial and was convicted of this crime. He could have gotten the death penalty. With this morning's agreement, his life is spared. Riebe admitted that both he and Alex Wells kidnapped and killed Donna Callahan after robbing the convenience store where she worked in Gulf Breeze.
Riebe pleaded guilty to what he had done. I am pleased, and my daughter is pleased, Donna, who's going to rest in peace now.
Mark, if you could just do me one favor. Yes. You keep tapping your foot.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's making a bit of a noise. So if you could try and keep your feet, just be helpful for the recording.
Okay. Mark Riebe is serving life here in Florida's Blackwater River Correctional Facility. He was just months into his sentence when he started to make a series of extraordinary confessions.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay.
Over a period of 4 years, he told detectives gruesome details of how he killed 13 women.
Let me ask you this point blank, Mark. Did you abduct and kill Pamela Ray? So there's no doubt in your mind whatsoever,
Many of these women went missing not far from a sleepy railway town in northern Florida. Mark Riebe spent his teenage years here. This is the house he lived in with his mother, sisters, and brother. Donna Callahan's body was discovered in woodland, just 350 yards from here.
So we had an indirect personality assessment questionnaire completed by some family members on Mark Riebe. And one of the things we noted was he had no life goals or ambitions. And you could see him going from job to job to job. I mean, he was just an insignificant man who didn't really amount to much in his life. And I think he was very self-aware in terms of that.
If you're a serial killer, you like power and control, manipulation. They're plain looking, they're average looking people, and they're a charmer. I'm not saying that Mark has a magnetic personality, but I have seen him do the charmer thing with women.
Mark, do you like women? Do you like women?
Oh, yes. I'm not a rapist, nothing like that. Yeah, I respect. I see nothing. They're my equal. I didn't ever, when I was into a relationship, I didn't want somebody subservient to me. I want somebody who was my partner, who lived life. I wanted somebody to enjoy life.
You've been married 4 times or 5?
Yes.
4 times. Why do you think the marriages never really worked?
Oh, well, that was easy. On the first 3, it was always me. As far as being faithful, that word didn't enter in the picture with me. It wasn't the ladies. All 3 of my first wives were very good ladies. Loved them to death. Afterwards, not while we was together, because I was too busy. I was partying. I was drinking. One big party.
And you cheated on all of your wives?
Always. Yeah. I always had another lady on the side. That's the way it went. Then my 4th wife, that one paid me back for everything that I did.
In what way? How?
By cheating. And she's the one I stayed with the longest. I stayed with her for years.
Do you respect women?
Yes, I believe I do. I'm not going to put my hands on a lady physically, beat her. Didn't believe in that. So
you don't think you're a violent person?
I'm not a violent person. I don't. If I was confronted the wrong way, yes, I could be. I think that's anybody to defend herself. But as far as go looking to cause problems for somebody, no.
I've seen him get really angry one time, and he'd been drinking. He was at a bar up in Decatur, Illinois. I'm up there interviewing him, and he got really, really angry at his wife. And he instantly went from 0 to, like, ready to kill somebody.
Something just completely trivial.
Yes, and it shocked me that he got so angry so quick. I thought he was going to attack her that night. And the only reason I don't think he did attack her that night is because he was in a public place.
In terms of motivation for Mark Riebe to be a serial killer, what do you think it is?
Power. Overpowering somebody. Control. I don't think it's sexually motivated.
Yet all his victims are young women between the ages of 13 and 35, 36. I mean, it's a very specific category.
And they're all small, petite, not more than 110 pounds at the most.
Any of them?
They're all small ladies. Even all his wives were that way.
Pamela Ray fitted Mark Riebe's victim profile perfectly. In the spring of 1999, 1 year into his life sentence, Riebe made an astonishing phone call. He spoke to Pamela Ray's father, who was still searching for his daughter almost 7 years after she'd gone missing. Riebe told him that he had killed her.
Front Beach Road wasn't anything like this on that early morning in August when Pamela Ray pulled up to this motel parking lot and tried to check in. I went out there to begin with thinking, oh, we're gonna cover a news story about a lady who took a walk on the beach. She's going to return. By the end of the night, by 10 o'clock, we'll find out what really happened. And we didn't. And
That's when I realized, when I went out there, this isn't just a story about a missing person.
Pamela Ray had taken her 2 children on holiday. Leaving them asleep in her car, she went to check into a motel that once stood on this site.
This is Pamela Ray's vehicle as she had parked it 25 years ago. We know that a police officer with the Panama City Beach Police Department saw Pamela Ray, and she was talking to an unknown individual that was standing between the motel office and this pool fence. After that time, we have no visual of her ever again.
I slipped my knife out of my pocket and popped it open real quick, and I grabbed her. She made, I wasn't what you call a real loud scream, but she made some noise. I told her to shut up, and she made another sound. I killed her right then and there.
Around 8:30 the following morning, the office motel calls in reference to the 2 children being in the car crying.
The daughter was very, very young and cheerful, and that's why I knew she didn't understand what had just taken place with her mom. And her son, you know, of course, he started crying, you know, please come home, Mama, bring my mom home.
Mark, try to think of something, tell us something that we can go back with that leaves no doubt in anyone's mind that this happened. The only thing I can think of is a single key that I picked up. Where did that key come from? Out of her hand.
Could he be a complete fantasist? Could he be making the whole thing up?
I don't think so. I struggled with that at one time. I thought, could this all be a bunch of crock of crap, as we say? No, there's just too many details about certain murders. He had information that only the killer would have had.
Give me some examples of the detail of killings where only the killer could have known that information.
Jackie Brandt, this girl right here, she went missing in April of 1986 out of Panama City Beach, Florida. When she went missing, nobody really even reported her missing. I get Riebe out of prison and I take him over to Panama City. He takes me to a bar over there called The Playground. That was a place she used to frequent. How would he have known that? From the playground, he says that he met her there in the bar. They came out the parking lot. They smoked a joint together, and he got mad at her, and he strangled her to death and killed her inside his car. And then he drove from there, and he wanted to get rid of her body. He then takes it up the road, and he was within 100 feet of where he dumped the body. How would he know that? And this wasn't even listed as a homicide. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that he killed her, and it's just sad that we don't have the evidence to support that.
Riebe confessed to killing Pamela Ray and burying her on this land. Investigators, along with cadaver dogs, will be spending at least a week combing through the thick brush and woods for Pam's remains or any evidence that could link Riebe to her.
Pamela Ray's disappearance has been continually investigated since 1992. Her children, who were 5 and 12 years old at the time, may never have the comfort of knowing what happened to their mother. Her sister Rhonda has helped look after them for much of their lives.
Pamela was your older sister.
She was my oldest sister.
5 years older than you.
5 years older. She loved me. We used to do everything together. Everything. With our children. Wherever she went, I was there.
Your father died believing that Mark Riebe had killed your sister.
He told me that Mark had confessed to him. And at that time, you know, I thought very well, sure, he could have done it.
But if it's the case that he lied to your father about killing your sister, what kind of person would do that?
The worst of the worst. I don't even understand how you could do something like that to another person.
Your father sadly died a few months later, as it turned out.
He fell out of his bed, had a heart attack, and he was dead, just like that.
Do you think that the strain of what happened to Pamela contributed to his death?
Absolutely. I absolutely do.
You think he may have died of a broken heart?
Yeah, I know he did. It breaks my heart.
Now, Pamela Ray was 36 years old, and
I know the story.
She was brutal. Do you know what happened to her?
No, I do not know what happened to her.
Do you know she was abducted, murdered?
She was abducted.
You confessed to killing her?
I did. I said I did, yes.
But when you made the confession, a confession you've now retracted, you gave them no information along with the confession?
Yeah, I told them, I think I stabbed her. That's what I told them.
I think I stabbed her.
I think I said that. I'm not sure if that's what I told them. How? I'm not sure.
But you also, and this is unique in this case, you also spoke on the telephone to Pamela Ray's father. Do you remember that conversation?
I remember talking to that man.
What do you remember telling him?
I don't remember exactly what I told him. I told him I was responsible. And that was it.
You told him you killed his daughter?
I think I did. And what really bothered me was I never got the chance to tell that man that I wasn't the one responsible.
He died soon
after. Yes, he did. I have to live with this stuff.
Right. And
it's not easy.
You know, I don't want to be unfair on you, Mark, but at the same time, I do want to try and understand the mentality of a man who would tell a grieving father who's lost his daughter.
If I could tell these people, make them understand that it wasn't done out of malice towards him.
Mark, how much more malicious could you have been than to tell a grieving father
I wasn't
that you
thinking
killed
like
his
that
daughter?
at the time. But that wasn't, I put their feelings aside.
When you heard that he died, did you feel, what did you feel? Did you feel anything?
He died because of me. I don't feel like he died before. I don't know how the man died, but no.
But he died believing that you had told him.
And I just told you. That's what a thing that really eats at me. I never got the chance to tell this man the truth.
Here's what I don't understand, Mark. I want you to explain to me. In 1998, you confessed to Special Agent Haley that you killed 13 women. Why?
He led me in, gave me the information for these confessions because he wanted to make his career off of me.
So an investigating agent gives you all this information, and now he says you gave it to him.
I've been saying it for a while.
But why would you?
I was trying to get some help from my son at the time. I call it the deal with the devil. I found this place. I stopped the truck. I get her out. Her knees up under my left arm, right arm around her waist, and her head sort of laid back against my shoulder. Something like a romantic carry.
The confession you have just heard is a lie. That's what Mark Riebe is now telling me. He made a deal, he says, with Special Agent Dennis Haley. In return for Haley protecting his son from what he felt was a threatening situation, Riebe would admit to multiple murders. Haley broke this agreement according to Riebe, so in return, he withdrew all his confessions.
You see why I would be skeptical
I'm not asking you to believe me. I don't
because
care
I'm looking at a man that has admitted to me telling a special agent and his colleague that you killed. Let me finish. Let me finish. It's not about what I believe.
I had to maintain that. I could not come out of that character.
But you were prepared to admit you were one of the worst killers, killing all these women in the most heinous way. You were prepared to admit that just to try and help your son.
See what they did with me. They could have put me on death row at the time. I told him that that's what they wanted to do. I would go that route. I would maintain that thing until the end.
What doesn't stack up to me in your position is if you admit you confess to all these murders to Special Agent Haley, why he would then feel the need to invent all this detail that he says you gave him.
He wanted to make his career. He wanted his limelight.
He doesn't need to make a career out of you. He's just a special agent investigating crime all day, every day.
He told me what I had to do.
If Mark Riebe is claiming that he was confessing to a number of crimes in order to protect his son, my advice would be to view it the way his family members would view it, in that he claims to be the protector, father, very engaged with his children, when in fact their perception of him is he has nothing to do with them. He is not engaged with them. He's an absentee father and didn't really care about them. And that's their words, not ours.
I'm struggling to get much in the way of truth from Mark Riebe. But at least the victims' families can now judge for themselves. For Dennis Haley, trying to bring them closure has been his life's work.
We have a subject confessing to several abductions and murders. It's hard to judge because at times I sit there and I'll be honest with you, I believe him, but then nothing checks out.
Dennis has worked on a lot of these death cases for 20 years, if not more. He thinks, dreams, sleeps, eats these cases because he cares a lot about the victim and their families. They become so important to him that makes him even more so wanting to solve the case, and so he never gives up.
Riebe insists he was given all the details in his confessions by Dennis Haley. But in the case of Rhonda Taylor, a 23-year-old brutally stabbed to death in 1990, this could not have been possible. Riebe talks about an African-American man being present in the car when he killed Rhonda. This detail could not have been known by detectives until years later, when DNA testing became widely used and evidence from the car was examined.
Mark describes killing Rhonda with two black guys there. We have blood in Rhonda's car that comes back to a black male. I mean, how would he have known that? He had information that only the killer would have had.
This is Rhonda Taylor. She was found naked and stabbed to death at the back of a car.
That's one of the ones, Dennis.
You told the police at the time that you believed that she had had sex with an African-American man, and DNA was found which confirmed she had had sex with an African-American man.
I was never a rapist. I'm not a rapist.
No, not you, that somebody else, another man, an African-American, had sex with her that night.
No, sir.
You never told police that?
No, sir.
Why would you confess to killing Rhonda Taylor if you didn't kill her?
I told you what I confessed. I felt I had to, this was one of the cases he led me to.
You also confessed to your sister that you killed her.
Who?
You also told your sister.
I told my, when it started, and I had to go to roll. I couldn't tell one thing and then be telling somebody else something.
But why would you tell your own sister that you had killed a young woman?
Because they come to the prison and asked me about it. Dennis had me, I was already doing it. Trying to get my son's thing. I had to do it. I felt like I had to tell him.
So you had to maintain the lie?
I maintained the lie, basically. That's
even to your own family?
To anybody, even my kids. You don't think that hurt? That killed me. But
you told your children that
my children were sitting there in the BP when it was said.
When you admitted killing these women?
Yes. My mom and my sister was talking about it. They always talking about it.
So your mother and your sister and your children all heard you confess to killing 13 women?
Well, they would not all just confession, but they would ask me, you know, they didn't ask me details like that. They said, did you say you did that? Yeah.
I mean, how did your family react to hearing you say that you were a serial killer?
It wasn't good. Yeah. I really don't have a lot of contact with any of them.
But here's what I would say to you, Mark. You weren't just hurting your family when you made these confessions. You were obviously causing enormous...
You don't think it was hard for... Excuse me.
Well, you were causing enormous hurt to the families of women like Rhonda Taylor.
Yes, I thought about them families, but I put my son before them families.
What do you say to the family of Rhonda Taylor, who...
Sorry?
What would you say to the family of Rhonda Taylor?
I'm sorry that I made those confessions. Yeah. My last wife, ex-wife, she made a comment about what I had done prior to these other people. She brought up precisely Rhonda Taylor, for one. And she asked me how could I do something like that, you know. I told her it's nothing I was proud of. I couldn't, it's hard to live with. It tears you out a little bit every day. But like I said, I'm not asking for no pity from nobody. What I did, I'm not proud of what I did. I did it. I didn't intend to do it, but I did do it.
This potential serial killer, Mark Riebe, by not telling the truth, has really caused so much more hurt to so many people like yourself by just not telling the truth. That, you know, the police believe he's guilty. Right. He just refuses to come clean about exactly what he did. What do you think of that refusal, to be honest?
To me, if you never admit it, never regret it, never sorry, never ask forgiveness, then you're really worse off than we are.
This is the scene of the only murder Mark Riebe has been convicted of. Almost 30 years ago, Donna Callahan was working here. She was a young mother expecting her second child.
What is so horrifying to me about all this is the utterly random nature of these killings. This woman, Donna Callahan, was minding her own business, just working hard, late at night. She could have been anybody.
They're random victims, but they're also victims of convenience. They tried to make it that he was coming back to rob the store, but no, he came back just to get her. They never got in the cash register, they never took any money, they never took one thing out of the store but her.
Has Mark Riebe ever shown a shred of remorse for anything?
Not to me, he hasn't. To me, he's never shown. He claims he feels bad about it, but you don't see it in him. You don't really see him. You don't see the emotions. You know, he'll say that, but there's no emotions there.
You've been working on this serial killer for 25 years. Are you any nearer to really understanding him than you were at the start?
I don't. In one way, I don't want to understand him. I don't want to be that. No, I don't believe I ever will understand why somebody wants to kill someone.
Special Agent Haley's position about this is that in the 8 cases that I went through in detail...
Keep going with Special Agent Haley. Now, I've done explained to you...
You mentioned him too, so...
No.
It's not just me mentioning him.
You keep bringing up
You keep talking about him as well. Here's what I want to say to you. He believes in the 8 cases...
I wouldn't care what Dennis Haley believes. He don't believe it. He knows I didn't do it.
I understand that. I understand your position, but you keep mentioning him too, and I'm just saying, he believes that of the 13 confessions that you made, which would have made you one of the worst serial killers in the history of the United States of America, you were placing yourself up with Ted Bundy and the others,
I didn't care where I was placing myself at that time. My main objective and main goal was my son.
You see, Mark, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I don't care.
I think you are a serial killer.
You're wrong.
I think you did kill these women.
No, sir.
I think these families of these women, they need...
This is over.
They need...
That's it.
Justice.
Captain, we're done.
Why can't you answer these questions?
I answered your question.
Huh?
You want to get this off?
Why are you running away? Why are you running away?
I answered your question.
Why don't you sit here like a man and answer these questions?
There was something about this to begin with.
Why don't you sit here like a man?
Sitting here, nothing.
I know I'm not a 110-pound woman that you can kill.
Captain, I'm done.
Huh? You did kill them, didn't you? You killed them all.
We may never know whether Mark Riebe did kill the women Special Agent Haley and others suspect him of. For the victims' families, the not knowing is like an extra dagger in their hearts. And in the end, their loved ones may have died for no other reason than simply the thrill of the kill.
The case is now closed. In court this morning, Mark Riebe pleaded guilty to the murder of Donna Callahan.
Donna Callahan's daughter, Angie, regularly visits her mother. She was 2 at the time of the murder. She has no memories of her.
Why me? Why my mother? Why that night? Why did it have to happen? What did my mother do so wrong to deserve something so cruel?
They took everything from us. When we go to visit Donna, we go to a gravesite. They sit in prison, get letters, phone calls. They get visits if say be. Not us. Not us. We don't get phone calls. We don't get letters. We go to a gravesite and talk to a headstone.
That I wish she was here to see me grow as a person and to see things that I have accomplished.